tell me the truth. I know we've gone our separate ways. Can we get love back? I know we've had our better days. Can we get love back?
Okay.
Can we get love back?
Ladies and gentlemen, the big show has begun. Our Friday edition of Power Hour Live, which means Curtis is going to flex, Liza's going to head bob and go doo-doo-doo, and Aaron is just going to be wearing a weird hat, like always. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Michael Russo. Welcome to Power Hour Live, our Friday edition. We are excited to spread some love here at the Work From Home Network TV. I am a motivational speaker, a purveyor of positivity, and the man with the mustache here in Dallas, Texas. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to kick it over to my good friend, Aaron.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Work From Home Network TV. I need to know, how do you feel today? Do you feel good? Do you feel great? Because you look good. You look great. Thanks for stopping by. With that said, let's throw it over to Liza.
Wow. Well, to answer the question, I feel good because of one of the announcements we're about to make today. In full disclosure, though, haven't slept for 4.5 days. I think altogether I've had like 3 hours. But we're doing the Lord's work. We're making changes. So I'm Liza Monet Morales, holding it out on the West Coast for Work From Home Network TV, and having some fun while we're doing it all. I'm an actor, TV host, content creator, and producer, and much, much more as we're finding out as every day goes. So over to you, Curtis.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just getting into my meditative state when I'm on this show. I am Curtis Harkness. I am a global ambassador, and I am trying to be the change in the world around me. Just saying. Wow. Saw all these regular heroes. Just want to say welcome to the show. Atlanta is great. I ate a big plate, and I did stay up late. All right, I'm ready to go.
Curtis. First off, shout out to Curtis for rocking the Be the Change shirt. Thank you very much, my friend. That is a company I started a few years ago. So thanks a lot, Curtis. And we do have a segment on that coming up later. Curtis, you excited to share with everyone the big news?
So I'm an investigative journalist, and I fly around the world investigating all types of conspiracies. But that's total lie because I'm not, and this is not a conspiracy because drop it. What is the headline of the day? Let's see it.
Headline of the day.
Hey. And I'm about to drop it because I speak a few languages, so I want to say this in Spanish for all my Spanish-speaking friends. We have Altísimo live in vivo, but you can say whatever you want. Whoop, whoop.
Hey,
right there. That's right, guys. So it's starting on May 5th, and we're gonna encourage you to give Cinco on Cinco because it's Cinco de Mayo. It is also Taco Tuesday, so I'm gonna be eating tacos and I'm gonna be listening to music and dancing and comedians, and we have a tailgate. And hold on, what's next, Liza? What else we have?
So we have so much. In addition to all of that, it is also Global Tuesday. We are so blessed that Global Tuesday has actually chosen our event, Altísimo Live, to actually be one of the ones that they're going to encourage people to donate to. As Curtis said, it's all about giving 5 on 5 with our overall goal of raising $3 million for our farm workers who are really one of our country's unsung heroes right now, who are feeding us as they keep us all fed, getting our vegetables, getting our fruits, and not getting the support that they really need during this time. So we're all coming together and doing it. Now, you might be wondering, why exactly are we talking about it? Well, we're pretty honored because Work From Home Network TV is actually not only one of the founding creative partners of the whole event, but we're actually producing it as well. So that is why I haven't slept. But it's a good reason, because if we could throw up the graphic, you can see some of the amazing people that we'll actually have joining us. The whole event will be co-hosted by Eva Longoria and Enrique Santos from iHeart. But we also have other celebrity co-hosts, including J Balvin, Kate del Castillo, Rosario Dawson, and Alejandro Sanz. Now, we have a variety of different musical performances and actors that will be doing interactive segments all throughout the event, the broadcast portion, as Curtis was mentioning, which is like the music stuff as well. But we are going to have a tailgate beforehand, which this girl is co-hosting, so that should be fun. And we're giving you all opportunities at home to be involved, be in the show, everything from virtual meet and greets to playing games. I mean, there's just so much more. So we would definitely invite you all to make sure you're following Altísimo Live on all social, yes, and head over to altísimolive.com to visit the website. I'm sure we'll have a lower third to show you shortly, but this is all happening. We're super pumped and excited to be able to share this with you all. I know, Anthony, you're gonna have a special outfit probably for that day too.
Oh, you bet your sweet bottom dollar I will. And at the end of the day, let's also remember that I got 5 on it.
Hey.
Was that?
Oh my God.
Sorry. Here we go.
So great.
Now, that's pretty exciting news.
What's really great about it all, though, is that we're encouraging people even to get started with their donations if they want before the event. Again, you can find out how you want to be involved by heading over to altissimolive.com. If you yourself are an artist or a musician or you know someone, if you want to participate, if you want to sign up to be an ambassador to help us, much like a global ambassador like Curtis, to help us promote the event, and basically even find out where you can stream it, because you'll get to choose which platform you want to watch it on. If it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, all the things, not only on the Altísimo Live channels, but also on iHeart and People en Español. So for more information, make sure to visit altissimolive.com. And that has been our headline.
I
don't know who the PJ is, but
Del Dia. So if anybody needs the translation on that Altísimo Live, it's altissimolive.com in English. Just if anybody's wondering what
Punto means. Yes, yes.
Hey, don't call me that. Don't call me that. Don't call me that, Liza. Don't call me that.
That's a different one.
I'm gonna tell your mama.
One letter can make all the difference in the world.
Yo soy tu madre.
Oh, wow. I didn't know I had. Wow, you're making history being my mom.
Ooh,
all right. Okay. Amazing.
Curtis no habla español.
Right here.
Okay, with that said,
let's go.
Aaron,
you there, Aaron. I don't know.
Aaron, stop the bleeding. Aaron, stop the bleeding.
All right, with that said, we're moving into our very next segment. But before that, altissimolive.com. Let us know what you think about that. How do you feel about the fact that Work From Home Network TV is producing such a massive event for such a great cause? Like, that's crazy. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys want to know how to get involved? Make sure you guys drop us a comment, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the recap. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel about it, because we definitely want to get you involved with the show. And now it's time to go. Here in this segment across America, this is where we're going to get some
definitely going somewhere.
We want a truthful but optimistic outlook about what's going on across America, maybe even the globe. So if you've got information about what's happening in your city, your state, drop it in the comments. Let us know. But for right now, we're going to skip around America. And our very first stop as we go across America is in Texas with my good buddy, Anthony.
Hola, senor. Welcome to Texas. Okay. So since I wanted to be a weatherman growing up, I figure I'll just stick with what I've been doing every day. And that's actually a true story. The weather is the weirdest thing. It was 75 yesterday. Today it's 50. I don't know what's going on. It's so confused. It's just like our whole government wondering whether or not we're going to go back outside, go to beaches, or stay inside until the next Groundhog Day. With that said, Governor Abbott did have some news out here in Texas. He did start laying out his plan for people getting back to work. Which there is no set time. He's been very clear on that, no set time. But he did say surgeries are starting back up again, which leads me to wonder if those are like elective, because we know here in Dallas, breast implants and hair transplants are a big deal. So I wonder if that's the elective surgeries that are going to open up first here. On another note, unfortunately, out here in Dallas, Kelly is no longer with me, which means she went back to Charleston, which therefore means I can shave the rest of the face and just keep the mustache because she's no longer here, and I don't have to hear her complain about it, except for on messaging later. That's about all we got here in Dallas. Yeah, and also one last thing with us, keep the whole group on. Just think, in a little over a month and a half, we have accomplished more than the government does in 4 years. Boom!
Boom.
Ba-dum-bum!
Okay, that's it in Dallas.
Gotta love that. Take it from Dallas to the southeast. Curtis, what's going on over there in Atlanta?
I don't know. You don't need. Well, really quick before I have my minute with Mo, and that's not at all what she wants to call it, but I'm going to call it that. I love you, Mo. Don't kill me when I see you again. I'm just going to give you a little really quick what's going on in Atlanta. The weather has been pretty good, actually. We kind of got weird. It dropped down really low and cold, but it is now sunny again. We're building gardens and staying at home. One really cool thing, if you know the Atlanta rapper named 2 Chainz and entrepreneur Michael Snoop Dillard, they provided hundreds of meals to healthcare workers at Southern Regional Medical Center on Thursday. The really cool thing, Dillard and 2 Chainz own Escobar Restaurant and Tapas Lounge on Peter Street in Castle Bear Hill. And utilize their access to food and 2 Chainz True Foundation to organize the food drop, which is amazing because that's able to get people food. And one other cool thing, law enforcement officials have only sparingly issued citations to Georgians violating the the shelter-in-place order, which is awesome because that means people are listening. And so if we do that, it helps us I don't know, bend, soften, turn the curve. What? It just helps us get out of the house faster. I'm tired of the curve. Only thing I want to curb is these people trying to hit me up to be their quarantine bae. I'm joking. All right, we're gonna bring up Mo. Let me bring up Mo. How you, oh, she's shaking the head at me. Hey Mo, how you doing? You on mute. Hold on, girl. How you doing, Mo? Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
I'm here.
There you go. I thought you was giving me the silent treatment. How you doing?
No, I'm good. Excuse my mess, guys. Like I'm in the middle of, like taking this opportunity, which this quarantine has allowed me to do, to really just organize every single thing in my house. Like here in New York, we got an extension. So no, it's still May 15th. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but the good thing, or what I think people need to focus on is like be productive. You know what I mean? Like I do makeup on the side. So for example, like this desk looks insane if you could see it. So, like there are little things you can do around your house, the things that you always put off, the things that you're supposed to shred, the things you're supposed to throw out, the things you're supposed to clean up. Like use the time to do something, to be productive, to learn a new skill. Like I've been doing courses and all kinds of stuff online because I'm like, hey, why not? No is when I have the time. And with this extension, the only thing I really want people to understand is that please continue to take care of yourself, not just when you feel like you're getting sick. Like I gave you guys the flu shot serum last week. This week I have up a video which has some detox water, which is just good for hydration. Just really take care of your body during this time because we don't know what's happening. We don't know when things are going to change, but the better your immune system is the better you're able to combat this thing. Right. So just good vibes, guys. Just take care of yourself, hang out, FaceTime, drink water that's spring and alkaline, that kind of stuff.
There we go. So if you're talking about cleaning stuff out, I should probably get rid of these plates that have been in my room for about 2 years now.
There you go.
They have different cultures growing on them. I'm cultured because they have like 8 different cultures growing on that plate. So I think that's a good one. But anyway, I just want to say that video you just dropped with that detox water, I loved it, and it had me laughing, and I got 2 jars of it actually in the refrigerator right now. So it's been great. We have my mom and my grandma and my dad on those flu shots, so we're doing that at least once or every other day.
Good.
and just making sure you stay healthy. So I love it. Thank you so much, Mo. We can't wait to see what you got for us next Friday. And don't forget, guys, all head over to @MoDuchess on Instagram. Check out her videos. She will make sure you stay right.
And TikTok.
Hey, oh yeah, my bad. She on TikTok. She addicted. Thank you. Bye. Back to you, Aaron.
Gotta love it. All right, so from Curtis, we are jumping over to Liza on the West Coast. So, Liza, come on in. Let us know what's going on over there.
Woo woo! So West Coast has been great. I really am enjoying the view out my window because that's pretty much all I seem to know these days. But sure, I'll enjoy the view with all the boys too, because I, for the most part, wake up at about 4 a.m. my time because I'm the only member on our team on the West Coast out of our 62 production team staff that's putting this together. So I end up having to wake up the earliest and go to bed the latest. And basically, if I'm lucky, I get 45 minutes of sleep. So I can't even get up to like get a bite to eat. So if Mo Duchess could send me just some of that stuff just my way, just girl, feel free to like Uber Eats it across the country since no one's on a plane. Just go ahead and send it because I can't even make it to my window without being like, oh, there's my phone. Oh, there's my phone. All this. So it's been fun though. I've been enjoying seeing the claps that are still happening at 7. I usually just like clean out my window for a bit and I say thank you. Then I got to come right back. And it has been a big shout out to all of our postmen and post women out there who continue to be there for us and deliver our mail. I really appreciate them. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later on around the internet. But yeah, that's what's been going down here. You all will see the efforts of what we've been doing in just a couple of weeks.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
I think my favorite hobby is driving these crazy, where I'm like, hey, y'all, I have this idea. Hey, can we do this? Hey, I need this. Hey, can we go there? They're like,
I mean, I did set everybody up for it, so you're welcome.
However, you're the only one that seems to be losing it there, Curtis.
Yeah, this is normal, bro. This is normal for me, bro.
Oh no, I'm definitely losing as well. I've been talking to myself in my mirror and speaking to the invisible homie around the corner.
The only thing I've been losing is weight. So I'm 15 pounds lighter since January. Holla at your boy. We are on it. Let go.
Yeah, you got that barbecue. You got that barbecue, that body by quarantine. I like it.
Bruh, we all up on this, dog. I told you, man. I just had 2 cups of coffee with the creamer. Let's go. Sorry, keep going, Aaron. I'm going to shut up. Or maybe not.
He doesn't like to talk.
I don't. Thanks, Mama Russo.
Oh, man. Keeping this thing going, as you'll notice, I have made a wardrobe change. And while you figure out what's going on with my shirt, I'm going to tell you. I've got some more great Tiger news coming your way. That's right. During this pandemic, we've experienced Tiger King mania. We've experienced a tiger here in the Bronx Zoo actually catching the coronavirus. But the tiger that I'm talking about right now, Bayside is back, baby. And that's what my shirt is all about. Bayside is back. Mario Lopez. We dropped the teaser trailer for the Peacock streaming reboot of Saved by the Bell. That's right, it's coming back, folks. And as excited as I am for the new class of Bayside High, this teaser to me it's kind of like saying you're 15 minutes away when you just got out of the shower. Like, is it really about to happen? Well, we'll see. Next story, can you swing it? Sports is back! PGA Tour just announced the return of professional golf in mid-June, but it's not going to have fans in the stands, so you won't have to worry about that. But, you know, that's how golfers like it. Just like the G in lasagna, silent. They don't need any people there to play their game. Other than that, here in New York, it is decent weather. Feeling good, and I still haven't been to The Daily Show, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, or SNL. Haven't been to any of those New York shows, and I don't know that I will anytime soon. So with that said, thanks for joining us here in this segment that we like to call Across America.
It's
Ooh.
it's pronounced
So,
lasagna.
you got me
I was
really
about to say.
excited. You got me really excited with your shirt because I'm gonna have to text Mario and see if it is coming back. They did the pop-up here in LA, which was great, Saved by the Max. So I was at the premiere and I went back not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's fine. We're not addicted. It's fine. But each time we all like role played and did our Instagram photos, and it just started making me think like Instagram pop-ups became such a thing in 2019. Clearly, there's no pop-ups, but just pop-downs in 2020. So I'm a little worried about those kind of pop-up restaurants not being around anymore because, you know, those things usually draw a big crowd.
I
They,
just popped
they
up.
do. I mean, it's definitely coming back. They let the teaser out, and Mario Lopez dropped it. I don't even know her real
Mark
name.
Paul Gosselaar,
I know.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Yeah, it's a big. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Screech is out of jail to be part of it because he's had some trouble with the law. And then Lark, I know the word is out on Lark. I don't know. Will Lark be a part of it? It'll be interesting. But I think all of us, especially if Elizabeth Berkley is on, we can do the "I'm so excited." Like we could totally do that.
Don't even get me started. Anyway, that was Across America. I'm excited for all those things. Sports and Saved by the Bell. What more could you ask for? Well,
It's good.
with that said, I think it's time to jump over to Be the Change. Andy?
It is Be the Change 30. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Curtis has got it. And of course, our Be the Change ambassadors of the day. Oh, we're going to go ahead and get, I lie, where everybody's just circling. Why are you guys so, get out of here. Aaron, I'm going to drop you down real quick. All right. And then, of course, Curtis, I get it. You like stuffed animals. It's weird. Everybody knows it. You and anime. And I need you to come back on later to our other show because Chad thinks anime is pronounced anime, and I need you to correct me on that.
It depends what part of Japan you're from. But
But we're in the United States. With that said,
course.
our Be the Change ambassador of the day, we actually have a special guest coming up. Before I do that, the special guest is the gentleman that we did the story on Wednesday. But first, I want to do the one that I found for today, which is awesome. Really cool story. The Florida Animal Shelter, I believe it was in West Palm Beach, Florida, ended up adopting all of their animals out. It's the first time they've ever had fully clean cages. So I want to show this excitement clip of our people that have found a way to make a difference, not only in human lives, but animal lives as well. So clearly showing that all the cages are empty, but if anybody's wondering and still wants to adopt from that organization, they do have 2 cats, 2 horses, and a pig. But all the major
horse? A horse?
I don't know. But I want to give a shout out to them and all the people that have been fostering pets and adopting pets in this crazy time because you can't really go. So it's all virtual adoption, which is really, really cool. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our Be the Change ambassador of Wednesday. I want to introduce him. I'll tell the story. I'm going to bring him up on the screen. I'll kind of rehash it, and then we can have a chit-chat about what it means to actually spread the love and continue to take action in your community. So, ladies and gentlemen, Neil Varadia. What's going on, Neil? How you doing?
Woo! Hey, how's it going, guys?
Neil, so we've been friends for a few years, but we have not seen each other since we met. So this is the great part about sharing positivity on the internet. Quick bit of your story. You did something you wouldn't typically do. You typically, if you see somebody homeless, you give them food, but you decided you had a $20 bill and you wanted to give it to them, and it started a chain reaction where every car started giving. You gave almonds to this. It was a mother with 2 kids. And just the ability of doing something different than we typically would do during this crazy time has the ability to spread so much love and compassion. So give us a little rundown of what happened.
Yeah, so I was at a stoplight, just coming out of Sprouts, which is a grocery store. I just gotten some groceries. And this particular traffic light to exit the parking lot is pretty long light. I was the first car. There's 2 lanes. I was in the right lane. Bunch of cars behind me. Right to the right of me was a homeless lady or just a lady with 2 young daughters, about 4 and 7. And she didn't look like a drug addict or anything crazy. And she just had a sign that says, "Please, hungry." So, her daughters were just so cute and sitting there coloring on their book. And so I felt, I wanted to do something for them. So, during this time, I know people are out of work and people are starving. So normally I give them food or a dollar or two, but I handed her a $20 bill. And she started crying profusely and, saying, "God bless you," over and over. And she turned to her daughters and they kind of smiled. And then I was like, you know what, I got to do something more. And I just bought this bag of Jordan almonds. If those, they're amazing, but those things are like so expensive. And I haven't bought those in a while. And so I was just reaching in my bag and I was like, oh, these will be perfect. So it was a 1 pound bag and I gave them to her to give to her kids. And the kids, she gave them to them and they were just, their eyes lit up. And then all of a sudden, this is where the weird miracle happened. The guy to the left of me, he yelled. He's like, ma'am. She didn't hear him as she was walking away. And so I yelled to her, I said, "Ma'am," and I pointed to him. She went over and I looked in and it looked like he handed her what seemed to be more than a $1 bill, at least a 10, I think. And then the light was still red. I mean, this is all happening within 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, the cars behind us, like 2 cars started to beep. So I thought they were hurrying us. And I looked up and the light was still red. So I looked back and they were putting their hands out the window, motioning her to come over. So she went over to one car. Somebody gave her like money and then something else out of their grocery bag. Another car gave her like an empty bag with something in it, some money. And so I was just looking through my rearview mirror and then the light's still red. So I turn up and I get outside and I get out of my car. And she looks back, kind of worried that her daughters were left behind. She was about 50 yards away. So I just motioned to her. I said, "Don't worry, I'll watch them. Go collect your money and stuff." And she did. And the light turned green then, and nobody was honking. And I mean, there was probably about 10, 15 cars behind us, and at least 7 of them gave her money and groceries. She came back with 2 bags, and then we all went through the light, and we all started beeping, and it was just a miracle moment,
Which
I had no idea.
That's great. It's one of those ones that typically, like, this is the beauty in this really horrible on paper time that we're going through, is you actually have the opportunity to do something that not only helps this woman, but everybody behind you became a part of something bigger than themselves. And then you sharing the story. And I know a lot of people kind of poo-poo, like, you shouldn't share your good deeds, but you know what? We're sharing so much negative politics on our social medias. Share stories like this. Please, God, share stories like this.
Yeah, I didn't share it to try to get, a reaction or anything. I just shared it just so people would say, hey, if you have a second, do something nice, and you never know what could happen. Because I certainly didn't expect this domino effect of people, behind us. And so it just turned out to be a wonderful thing. And, you never know when it's going to help people, So
yeah,
it was great.
So we got to wrap up this segment, but I remembered how awesome of a musician you were. I said that on the last episode.
Thank you.
Your 90s like rock band is coming back. What's the name of it really quick?
Yeah, so I'm still a working musician, I'm a guitarist. I'm playing in a cover band and doing an original album right now. But I was in a band through Warner Brothers Records in the 90s called Live Urban Sex Tribe. Sex is with 2 X's. It's an acronym. It's LUST.
Lust.
It was a really, really amazing funky rock band, kind of a cross between Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, Parliament Funkadelic, and Faith No More, if you will. Long story short, but the band, after we recorded our record, it prematurely broke up before its time. But it started to get a big resurgence in the last few years, thanks to a fan of ours in Holland, of all places, named Roel van Rossum, and he created a web page and visibility, and so it's kind of making a resurgence. But the music is pretty good, and it still holds true to today. It's funky.
It's funky and fun. Well, yeah, go ahead and put it in the box so we know we can share it, and then we'll put it up. Neil, thank you for being amazing. You are awesome. I'm going to throw you off the screen real quick. Everybody, a little round of applause. Well done.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Curtis, what's cracking?
Well, actually, I was going to push it to the end, but I can do it really fast. I'm participating in something called Victory Over Corona Challenge. And the biggest thing is we're trying to send positive messages to people who are in quarantine and going through this, that are going through COVID-19. So if you want to participate, all you have to do is on Instagram, give a story about, something powerful, not a story, sorry, give a statement or some words to somebody and just tell them, hey, hang in there, stay strong. We're here with you, say a prayer for them, whatever you want to say. Make sure you hashtag victory over Corona challenge is right there in the bottom. Tag the A Miller group. And then that person, people in hospitals will be able to start to see these messages where they don't have any type of human connection at all while they're on quarantine. So that's just something that I'm doing, and a few other people online. And so I'm going to challenge you, Anthony, on here, not to do it now, but we'll do it on Instagram. All right, cool.
Got it. All right, I'm on it. Ladies and gents, that has been our Be the Change of the day. Oh, good stuff. Which leads us into one of our favorite fun spots,
Yes.
Liza. I'm excited.
It is time to go around the internet. Dun, 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 where we get to share some of the funniest meme stories that will either, yes, make you laugh, inspire you, do a little bit more. And so first and foremost, I did want to actually start off with something we talked about earlier when I was doing Around America in terms of what's going on with our postal service. So I don't know about for you all, but a big thing that's happened here in LA is chalk has become a big thing. It started on Easter. I had mentioned previously we had an artist here in our neighborhood going around drawing eggs for the kids. So if their parents wanted to drive them in the car, they could still do like an egg hunt, if you will, with the chalk art. So it's now taking a new iteration. And this week what we're seeing is everyone out there is writing messages to their mail carriers. So check it out. This is with Lavander Dave, and his was, remember, I'm with you through this, Charlie, mailman. Now what's really cool is that Charlie the mailman himself actually wrote that for everybody, and people started responding to him. So I thought that was actually really cool, just a way for even the mailman, as if he's not doing enough to give to us by bringing our mail, but to also start leaving signs for everybody, which is pretty cool if I say so myself. Now, moving right along, what we've also noticed is that everybody is catching that tiger fever that was also mentioned earlier in the show. And if you all recall, we actually debuted this
Carol Baskin.
That one. Hold
Carol
on.
Baskin.
We actually debuted.
Hilder.
There, why doesn't it want to play?
Carol Baskin.
Oh, the internet.
Hilder
Well, hopefully we'll get into it.
whacked
Video.
her. Can't
go.
convince me that
We'll go.
it didn't.
Let's see. Is it
Oh,
going?
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it was going on our
It
end.
was
I was getting
Yeah.
down
Oh.
with Carol
I was
Baskin.
I was about to start basking.
All right, well, perfect. At least you all have it on your end. So we know that Caleb, who is the first who actually came up with the song, he wrote it. It's gone viral. It has over 1 million hits. It's also inspired a bunch of people out there to also start making their own iteration of it. The latest one is Marky Mark and the Funky Bunches, Mark Wahlberg. His daughter seems to be a TikTok star in the rising, decided to dress up as the guy imitating Joe Exotic, and then got her mom involved as well. So here's their video.
Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
Now, what I really love about that is that Mark seems to be very confused as to what this video is and what the hell is going on. Why are people singing about this? So big shout out to Marky Mark to possibly ask his brother, Donnie Wahlberg, to share his Netflix subscription with him. So maybe he can actually do some Netflix and chill and catch up with the rest of us, right, as we're going along. So from there, as I mentioned, though, people at home are finding ways to bond with their family. This is another one that really has warmed my heart. Love it. I love it with the music as it's going. So as you saw, that user there on TikTok, Vivian, her grandfather has actually passed away and her grandmother is quarantining with her family. And I love that they have found a unique way to bond through music that typically you wouldn't think Asian culture is necessarily going to embrace. And that's a good old classic salsa song. So I loved it. I was like, yes, we all salsa. We all dance. Which of course made me think of Altissimo Live. So, which I think is really awesome. So today's really was more just about a source of inspiration. There is some humor, but everyone is really finding their ways to make the best of it, and kind of like what Mo was saying even earlier, stay healthy, but also at the same time, it's all about staying inspired. So that is what's going around the internet today.
Curtis was looking really closely at the salsa dancing because he was
Yes.
trying to see if that chick had a ring. I could tell. He was like, "We're all
Hey!
dancing," and Curtis was like,
Well, I mean,
"I know your
Aaron,
type. I know your type."
You're still trying to take your shot at Eva. I know.
I mean, you know, Rosario there too, though. What up, girl?
Oh boy. Yeah, isn't she with Cory Booker?
I don't know. Who's that guy? He didn't make president.
Anthony,
Oh,
you just got so close to the screen that it was just your mustache on the lower part,
Oh,
and
gosh.
I thought I was back at SeaWorld watching this. I got so excited. I was like, "Yay!"
Oh, God.
But no.
Good
Oh
thing
my
you
gosh,
said-
Aaron, you know what? Though it's time for some positivity. You got some
Yes.
positivity for me?
Aaron, give it to me.
Here we go, people. We're moving into this very next segment that I like to call Other People's Positivity. Welcome to Other People's Positivity. And in this segment, that's exactly what we want to do. I want to share some positivity from you guys at home. Tell me what's going on. Maybe you made the perfect cake when you've been failing at making that cake. That's positive. We want to know about it. Or maybe it's something much grander than that. Whatever it is, we want to know about it. We want to share it with the world. So drop us a comment, or if you're watching on the recap, throw a comment on there or shoot us a DM so that we know about what's going on positive in your world. Sometimes it's going to come from you guys. Excuse me. Sometimes it's going to come from you guys. Sometimes I'll just share tidbits of information. And today, I have a few special guests, and I'm going to bring them on the show right now. There they all are. They didn't even know that they were going to be included in the segment today. But
Oh crap! I gotta put my pants on.
for other people's positivity today, we've been quarantined. I've been quarantined since the end of February. My last event got canceled at the end of February, and so I have been in my apartment in New York since then. And if you have ever been to New York or been into a New York apartment, you know it is not big.
Got out.
My studio is a decent size. However, I don't have roommates. I don't have family that live in New York. And I don't have pets.
Liza does.
Because of that,
I'm a pet.
because of that, these three are up on the screen right now for other people's positivity, because these three have helped me continue to stay strong, not only mentally, but just in general through this journey. So this guy up here, it has nothing to do with his personality or anything he says. It's mainly just the way he cuts his facial hair. That has been keeping me going. This guy over here in the top corner, he has put all of us together to create this network.
Oh,
and right now, we're like Amazon. Amazon is crushing it, and they are actually out of supplies. They're not being able to reach demand, and their surge and what they're doing in 1 month is what it takes companies years to do. And this guy up here helped put all of us together to make Work From Home Network TV, and we are surging just like that. And last but not least, this woman right over here, Miss Liza, Miss XOXO Liza with two Z's,
please.
is helping glue us all together like Elmer's, rocking and rolling, helping us get out there and sharing us with the world. And I am truly thankful for these three people, and that is why they are the special guests today on Other People's Positivity.
Well, wait, before we close, Tinkerbell wants to make and she also wants to say thank you so much. I think what was so great, I always talk about the fact that God's trains always run on time, whatever you want to believe in, but it was awesome because I was already doing this on my end, and so I feel like the timing worked when Curtis and I connected, that he was like, I also want to do this, and I was like, okay, let's do it together. And I just feel so blessed that through him, I was able to meet the both of you, and that we were, went through our iterations, but that we've really powered down to a core 4, and we're making change. Big shout out to everyone at home. As we mentioned, we have our big event that's coming. I have to say, I got pretty emotional in a little over a month, I should say. We have now been featured in the Hollywood Reporter, People in Espanol, Billboard, and a variety of other outlets, and the fun has just begun. So definitely stay tuned. Make sure that you're following us on all things social, because we have big things planned for you that, of course, we're going to encourage you to pivot towards positivity, because as we like to say, pivot, don't panic.
That's right. That's what it's all about. Make sure you guys aren't staying stuck at home. There is no more normal. There is only what's coming up in the future, and only you can control what's going to come up in your future. So here in Other People's Positivity, I encourage you guys, positive thoughts, positive words, positive actions. This has been Other People's Positivity.
Woo-hoo!
That was beautiful.
Look at she's very excited. She's like, I got a shout out today.
I like that you got the dog out there. I'm a cat and dog person, but your cat's meows freak me out. When we're on conference calls in here.
It's so hungry.
Oh.
He is all about the quarantine 19. If you only saw, he'll have to make a special appearance. He's a Himalayan, super bougie. If you only saw how thin he is, I just am shocked by how much during quarantine living he's decided to eat. I'm like, I've never seen you eat this much in your 21 years of life. Where is this coming from?
Your cat's 21?
Yeah, 21.
That's how old I am.
Oh, man.
That's amazing. We got to take that cat out.
That's why he gets to meow how he wants.
We're taking that cat out for a drink when we get done here. With that said, it's time for Quarantine and Chill. Thank you again, Aaron.
Wow.
Oh, we've got
Look
it.
at that.
Look at
Do you see the toilet paper as the
That
popcorn?
was my favorite part. Y'all take a second to really appreciate.
I mean, yeah.
You guys read the back of it? You guys read the clapper back there?
I can't.
Yeah, I see that work from home, that power out,
Yep,
and then
that's
taking
good.
outside, and I've seen it all, baby.
I
Seen it
can't
all.
read it.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
Devils in the details.
It's like he's looking at a
I'm
girl
about to
doing
do this in
salsa.
private.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, all right, for Quarantine and Chill today, our next show after this one is something called Biscuits and Gravy, talk movies and other random crap. Today we're doing a new format, so we need as much audience participation as possible, because we are doing a bracket style, which was actually Liza and I's original idea with Quarantine and Chill to do movies on this show. So today we are doing our top 8 movies, top 8 animated movie edition. Anybody catching the bottom left sausage party?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, we've got our 8 set. There's actually a play-in match for number 8 position between Coco and Up. So stay tuned for that. That's at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Chad's coming back. Matt Troyer is going to be back with as our beer expert. And, of course, KP, our fashionista. Can't wait to see what he's wearing on animated episode. It's going to be interesting. So, again, I will see you guys hopefully a little bit later for Quarantine and Chill. Talk about all the movies we're watching, as well as the best animated movies we could think of. Again, that's later today. Cool. That's Quarantine and Chill for me. Liza, what do you got?
I'm gonna sneak in.
So,
Wait, Curtis. Curtis wants out. Curtis wants to do something with sausage.
No, I
Party.
said I'm gonna sneak in to your show. That's all.
Sausage
Got it.
Party. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I was so excited when the trailers came out. I
Best
had that
trailer
trailer
ever.
memorized, and I watched that movie multiple times, and I laughed and I cried the entire time, especially with the little carrot that's like, "She's gonna eat me." I lost it. I loved that movie.
It's actually okay. So the trailer was better than the movie, but the credits were the greatest thing I've ever seen. Also, most time.
Oh
right,
yeah.
Liza,
All right, Liza.
Liza.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so great. I love it. See, this is what happens when you're the only girl. You get to see all the boys be boys. It's pretty fantastic and awesome. Yeah, ours is pretty simple and to the point today. We have a lot that's happening in terms of streaming. There's a lot of new movies that are coming out as we all figure out and pivot as a world, right, towards what's next. A big news line that came up right before our show started is that it is official that San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled. We all were expecting it, but I think that they were trying to stay a little bit hopeful, but unfortunately that is a wrap on that. So for all those shows, it'll be interesting to see what they do and how they embrace technology as we continue to move forward. The big thing, though, we do want to call your attention to, as we mentioned earlier today, is what we have going on here at the Work From Home Network, WFHN TV. Please, please, please mark your calendars for Cinco de Mayo when, bam, we bring you Altísimo Live. Hey. So I'm going to leave that graphic up as I talk you all through it. So as we said, altissimolive.com or .com for you non-Spanish speakers. Hashtag is Altísimo Live. It all kicks off May 5th. Now, our tailgate party will kick off at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then the musical portion of the show kicks off at 5 p.m. Eastern. So it's a whole Cinco on Cinco. We want you there. So mark your calendars because it's coming up fast. And yeah, we definitely want you all to be a part of it. There'll be interactive experiences as well. So that should be super exciting. And so for today, that has been Quarantine and Chill. Anthony, where are we going next?
Well, we're pretty excited right now because I think it's time to review some comments, I think, on the day.
There's some comments.
There are definitely some comments. This is one of my favorite parts of the show is getting into the comments. And I don't know who she's referencing here, but who else is talking to their mirror?
Yeah. I did that as a kid. I don't know who she was. Who was she making fun of? Curtis or me?
No,
I don't know.
Aaron said that.
I'd mentioned that.
Oh, I was probably getting my charger at the time. So as a kid, ironically enough, I used to pretend to be Michael Buffer in front of the let's get ready to rumble. Anyways, turns out that it did end up being my career a little bit later because I'm now the on-field host for all the NCAA championships and I do stuff like that. But at the time, my mom was really concerned and she ended up cutting her hours at work because she thought that I was lonely.
So you were? All right.
Neil dropped his comment of his band in there. So that's what we have for his band. So you guys can check that out. Neil was on the Be the Change, if you guys didn't see that. So make sure you guys check that out. And then I love this comment. This will probably be our last comment unless you guys have another one that you saw. I want to throw this up there. Ashanta Miller, thanks for the hashtag, the victory over Corona. Shout out. Gotta love that. And she loves our show. So thank you, Ashanta. Thanks for
tuning in on the Book of Faces. We appreciate you.
So there's a girl. I'm gonna really quick. There's a few other comments because I know Liza's got a great guest coming up. I believe. Shanta. Usually it's the other way around where a guy gets excited when a girl has a toy.
Wrong. This is not a toy. It's Domo, and he's a superhero friend.
Right. And last but not least, I think Aaron, you forgot about this one. So she's talking about my mustache. Kelly is, and it is an animal. So you know what? Sometimes you got to let the beast out of the cage. You know what I mean?
All right, there, Anchorman.
All right, Liza,
give my $5.
Give the beast something to eat with a little word diet.
Yeah, baby. That's what we like it. Poor Kelly is probably like, you know what? I'm good. I could take a break from the stash just for a little. That being said, it is time for Word Diet, where we talk about the most important meal of the day, which is the words that you eat and consume, as well as that mindset right here. So today's deck that we'll be working on is the well-being cards deck. And we're going to go through our cards and see what we get today. This is always like my favorite, just to go see. All right. Desire is the beginning of all creation. Oh, look, it's Kelly and Anthony right in the middle. It's awesome. Desire is the beginning of all creation. In allowing your desire to come to you, you not only gain the satisfaction of having received it, you also gain a whole new perspective from which to desire more. I really love that because this is a perfect time for us to have desire, if you will, as we are in this great pause. But as Aaron was mentioning earlier, and other people's positivity, it's really not just about pausing and being like, all right, I'm frozen, I'm not doing anything. But as opposed to actually taking the time to use it as a reset, right? So in using it to reset, I think it's super important for us to stay level-headed, but also really put our minds forward thinking into what is it that we desire? What is it that we're looking to build? We're very clear here at Work From Home Network TV of what we want to build out for the community during this time. And that would be my challenge to you. I know there's a lot of internet challenges going on. I love the one that Curtis shared earlier, but that would also be the challenge to you is what do you desire for life to look at AC after Corona that is different from BC, before Corona, in order to really create that dream of yours that you've been maybe wanting to, but have been hesitant in terms of pursuing. So with that, that has been the word diet. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna bring back these boys up here. Hey,
Like keto word diet.
how you be?
I'm on a keto word diet.
Yeah.
You're on the keto word diet? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No carbs.
Yep. You can smell your ketosis breath. We all can. It's terrible.
Oh my
Mental.
god. You're so
I'm sorry.
funny.
Let's push through because I don't think Anthony's funny at all.
When are we talking about?
Anthony, you should definitely, in terms of live streaming guide, I'd love to know like what we have coming up. I know we
Sounds
have
good.
our typical shows, of course, but we have a special live streaming guide. So do you want to tell everybody what is happening? And we'll
Yes.
Tell us.
We've
Anthony.
got, tell us what's going on. We've got version number 2 of the virtual Get Up, or the Get Up virtual conference. A good friend of mine, Jeff Martinet Jr., he's going to be bringing his cast of characters. We've got 9 motivational speakers. I will be helping lead it off, and we at Work From Home Network TV will be producing it as well. We'll be putting that on this Sunday from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever you call it. On April 19th, again, Get Up Virtual Conference 2.0. We had a ton of people watch the last one. Would love to have you join us. I also have something special to share on that one. So anybody that watches is going to get a code for my webinar that just dropped this week, and I will be giving that free to anybody that watches that show. So $19.99 value for free, and we've got, again, 9 awesome speakers hosted by Terrence Lethbridge, and again put on by Jeff Martinet Jr. Great guy. 15 years ago, a little over 15 years ago, got in a life-changing car accident that has debilitated him, and he's built back up from there, and he has a great message about making every second count. And in this time of COVID crisis, finding positivity and finding a pivot method and a pivot pose and a way to pivot, not panic, is exactly what we talk about on that. So we'd love for you guys to join us. A 2-hour motivational event, again, this Sunday from 3 to 5 o'clock Eastern Time, which means it's starting at noon on Pacific Standard Time. So that's part of our live streaming guide. Again, I've got my show coming up later. Curtis, how's it going?
It's going well. But I think, what did you say, Aaron?
Oh, I was saying that I love that that's what he's doing, Anthony, because that I talk about it on Wingmen to Greatness before Power Hour Live with JJ. We talked about it a couple weeks ago about not being stuck, like not getting stuck, and it's okay to not be positive all the time, which is a thing. We're not
right.
You have to be positive all the time, but it's about not getting stuck. Like, have those, if something negative happens in your life or you get bad news or whatever it is and it hits you, sure, be sad, be angry, be frustrated about it, but don't sit in it for a long period of time. Don't wallow.
No.
You have to take it and then do something about it.
Yeah, like build. I mean, there's people that are like, well, you can't, this isn't just a time to build skills. I can, and that's fine. If this is a moment of pause for you, great, because some people needed it. They were burning the candle at both ends. But if it's something that you're moping around about and don't know what to do something. So shameless plug, Aaron. The webinar that I actually just created is actually called Getting Unstuck. So it's semi unrelated to COVID, but it's related to real life. Like, there's so many methods you can do to get unstuck in life, and a positive attitude is 100% the way to go.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
And by the way, your show rocks. I watch. I usually at least make half of it because I'm busy getting prepped for the day. But JJ and you put on a fantastic show. JJ always looks like he's about to fight the world with positivity, and
man.
You guys crack me up. You guys are great. So if you have not had a chance to watch that show, that one starts. What time is it? It's noon Central Time. So whatever that is.
I will say, did I say this last show? I had a friend actually tune in to our show, Power Hour Live, but she also tuned into Wingmen and Greatness, and she told me, she was like, that black guy with the other guy that's Asian, it sounds like he's from Australia. She was like, they're awesome. Like, I loved it. It was so powerful. I was like, well, did you watch Power Hour Live? She's like, yeah, you did okay. And so that was I'm very jealous of that one, Aaron. So thank you for They can
Yeah,
work great.
here's a quick little dose. I'm gonna give you a quick little dose of it.
I want to learn the strategy of how to kill the giant, but I'm like, how about having the mindset to kill the giant? No, I don't want that. Just tell me the cool, quick move. No, yeah, that's like tips when you're there, but how can you even kill the giant if your mind isn't ready? And this is like old school 101, like, as I said, life, you know? We all want the 6 days to get shredded program, but no one wants to learn how to like eat well first. No, just give me the pill. Come on, give me the quick pill. We want the quickness. No, that's not how it works, man.
Yeah, just a little teaser, just a little highlight.
Oh gosh, that
Oh
was
my God, I see the hat.
I'm getting ready for happy hour. I actually can make it tonight.
I love it. You're going to join us on happy hour. Ooh. And
I got a
actually,
bucket. I got a bucket.
I love it. Tonight's happy hour is actually pretty exciting. It is themed. We gave everybody at home a clue. And Anthony, I feel like you're embodying it the best. We are going to bring the tiki, the corn tiki bar, if you will. So pretty pumped about that. And I'm pretty excited because the person that we have on is not only the CEO of Superbam, but he also is a cocktail artisan. And you know, Aaron and I love our cocktails. So big shout out to Ryan Bosak, who will be joining us for Happy Hour Live. It all kicks off at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, so before we bring on our special guest, I did want to mention one of the other things happening during our live streaming guide for this weekend, which is the fact that the One World Together at Home special global multi-hour live stream is happening from 2 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a 2-hour broadcast from 8 p.m. to 2 p.m. and it switches over. If you're a fan of course, Lady Gaga and all the different artists that she's curated, you want to tune into this and watch this bad boy over on Facebook and Amazon Prime Video or on iHeartRadio if you just want to listen to the audio. That said, as we already saw the teaser to Wingman to Greatness, they'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, we have Power Hour Live with these guys and I every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Our Spanglish show, Let's Talk About It Live, is also on noon, 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. And our lovely Biscuits and Gravy movie review show happening 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And of course, as we mentioned before, Happy Hour Live. Boom shakalaka for the win. That said, I'm dropping down the boys. We have so much for you all to watch. And bringing up my special guest, which I'm super excited about. If you all have Alexa, if you all have been reading a newspaper, you might have seen my next guest who was featured in the Coronavirus Chronicles over on USA Today. So I want to bring her without further ado. Here's my girl, Lainey. Now, Lainey we're having some tech issues with Lainey, but she is with us. There we go. She is with us on audio, which I think is great. So Lainey, can you tell us a little bit about, first of all, where you're at, who you are, so everyone at home can hear?
Absolutely. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Alanis Broussard. I'm a senior who goes to Woodstock High School in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was recently featured on USA Today's Coronavirus Chronicles, documenting my quarantine experience. Since I am still a busy student, I am the National Honor Society president. I've been a part of Girl Scouts for over 10 years. So juggling that busy life and now going to this place of stagnancy with quarantine has definitely been a hassle, but I'm also the founder of my own organization called Soul to Speak. And that is basically a public speaking organization for young kids to learn how to use their voice, even if we are very in a place of, pause. I love the phrase, it's not pivot, but it's pivot, but it's not pause. So I love that phrase that you guys are using. But yeah, it's basically
I love that. So for people at home that don't know, what is life like right now for a high school student, especially as a senior? I know one of the things that you had talked about was your goal to potentially be the valedictorian or speak for your class. So can you update us as to what is even high school graduation going to look like this year?
Right. So first it was postponed, and now we're going for a July the 1st kind of summer graduation since the county decided on that recently. But our prom was completely canceled. So senior year has definitely been a different outlook than what I expected. It is definitely a different landscape for us to all approach, since we were looking forward to having senior breakfast and getting senior letters and having that last moment with each other. But now we're resorting to, having house party lives and, FaceTime to kind of interact with each other in our last year of high school. But going into college, I am very confident that I'll have more time to prepare for my social life there now that we are in this period of kind of just relaxing and meditation right now.
I love it. And I love how cool, calm, and collected you are. And much like us, though, you really have used this time to actually make the most of it. And not just for yourself, but for others. So can you tell us a little bit about your website, which is just about to launch, Soul to Speak? I love the name as much as I love the play on words.
Mm-hmm. So Soul to Speak is a year-long in the making kind of organization. I come from a background of being that one student in class who was always so timid to show my voice and hear my own self-expression be heard without the class and throughout the classroom. So coming from that and going through the Harvard Debate Council Diversity Project, a pipeline program in Atlanta that actually trains students to debate and use rhetoric and reasoning skills on the residency for an international debate tournament, coming out of that as a quarterfinalist in that debate tournament and seeing my full circle evolution from being so shy, not being talkative at all, to not being able to shut up about controversial topics and things that are important to me. So I really wanted to give my voice a chance to resonate within the hearts of those who feel like they're voiceless. And that's really where Soul to Speak was kind of born. I thought of this in April 2019, and now we're going into a year with just planning and coordinating things. But that's also transformed into a podcast, which I'm hoping to start next week, which is Soul to Spark, where I've gotten to interview Condis Presley with WSB and Superintendent of Cherokee County Schools, Dr. Brian Hightower. So really, it's just about getting the youth voice out there since we are so powerful and getting the scope of what we can do really out there.
I love it. I mean, girl, Lainey, literally just hearing you speak, you are such an inspiration. I mean, you really are a power maven and really are just such a force to be reckoned with already, which I just really appreciate you sharing your time here, but doing what you're doing in your community to also, you know, being a fellow woman of color. I really appreciate that in our society, sometimes that is a harder way to, you know, break that barrier, and the fact that you found a way to do that, not just on your site, but I know that you're doing these chats as well with Zoom for other people to join in. So can you tell us a little bit about that before we wrap up?
Right. So I'm part of the Disney Dreamers Academy, which is a 4-day event in New Orleans in Florida.
One day it'll be in LA.
Yeah. So, right, exactly. So I got to be a part of that, and I got to meet a lot of inspiring young people at that academy. And from there, a girl who knew me, who was an amazing violinist, amazing speaker, she said, hey, let's have an idea to bring Black girls together to talk about leadership. And it's so great since we don't see a lot of minority and of color in workforces in different career fields. So we said, sure. So it's called Chat Her. It airs every 2 weeks, I believe. We're having a STEM conversation next week. But yeah, we got to talk about leadership, what makes us very enthused about leadership, and what we've been doing in our community.
I love it. Well, I'll definitely be tuning in. A big shout out to you. I know that unfortunately we had some tech issues with you today, but please know that here at Work From Home Network TV, we are such a fan of all the great work that you're doing. That being said, we definitely will have to have you back on the show once the site officially launches, which if I'm not mistaken is next week, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome sauce. So in the meantime, for everyone at home, please definitely tune in to all the great things that Lainey is doing by following her over on Instagram. You can see her handle right below. And with that, thank you, Lainey, so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Bye. You all, the internet is such a funny thing. But that being said, we will not be stopped from having the message delivered. We will not. And that is her in her high school cap and gown. I myself was so inspired when I saw her story in USA Today via my Alexa about a week ago. And I was like, I need to reach out to her. And I was so inspired because it reminded me of me in high school of like, what more can I do? What more can I do? And she's had such a positive attitude throughout everything and has figured out ways to reach out to her community. So big shout out to Lainey for joining us.
She's even she's Mama Russo approved.
Ah, there you go. Right? That's right. Exactly. There you go. All right. Well, that is all for today. A big shout out to you at home, whether you're watching us live or if you're watching the replay. We appreciate you. And we look forward to tuning in with you all again on Monday for another episode of Power Hour Live. But first, make sure to tune in with us for this guy's show, that guy right there, his show, Biscuit and Gravy. And then Aaron and I will be back with some special guests tonight for a happy hour live. Yeah. So for the gang and I'm Liza Monet Morales. We'll see you all next time. Anthony, you know what to do.
And by the way, $5 gift Venmo gift cards. Forgot about that. Play trivia with me.
I can't win.
You guys are so amazing. See you guys later.
Bye.
Tell me the truth.
Okay.